Today we're going to be painting Wrecker, Echo, Hunter, Crosshair, Tech, and Omega? Yeah, Omega? I'm not sure how to say it regularly because in the show they just say Omega. No, wait, that's how she says it. Omega. That's how you say it. It's weird. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blast Arcade Painting. Today we're going to be painting Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch, from Star Wars Shatterpoint by Atomic Mass Games. These are cool miniatures. They come out today as of the release of this video, so let's do it. So I gave all the miniatures that weren't Tech a spray of like a dark olive color first. And then I'm going to go and take some Occultist Cloak and I'm going to put this over the entire miniature. I'm going to add a little speed paint medium into that as well. So we're just going to basically shade down that olive. It's a really dark olive color that we started with, and this is just going over the entire miniature. And for Tech, I gave him a spray of white to start with, and we're going to use that Occultist Cloak on all the underbody suit parts. So any of the spots where the fabric's showing through, this is going on there. Next, we're going to take some dark neutral gray from Pro Acrylic, and this is going to go over all their armor panels, but leaving the recesses dark. So we're just going to bring up all of their armor panels, just go through and block it all in. We're going to add some dark sea gray into that Pro Acrylic color, and we're just going to go through and do another layer up on all their armor. So we're just bringing up the color to kind of where we want it to be. There's a lot of blacks and grays going on with these guys, so we got to kind of think of unique ways to paint them. I'm also going to use this color to start blocking the colors on Omega's arms and her legs and her shoes. And I'm going to add in a little bit more of that dark sea gray and just do another layer up on all the armor and on Omega's arms and shoes and legs. Omega's a whole other thing going on. Now I'm taking the dark sea gray, just pure dark sea gray, not mixed with anything, and I'm going to go through and start edge highlighting their armor. Now, I don't like edge highlighting. I don't normally do it. I don't know. It just doesn't always look right to me if it's not done right. But in this case, they end up looking really good with it. So I guess I'll do it. So in most cases, you can just take the edge of your brush and kind of run it along the armor panels. But when you can't, you do have to go in and kind of do your best to get that highlight on there. And we're not doing every edge. We're just going to do the ones that look right to us and in the end kind of make it stand out. So we're not being exactly precise for everything. And we're going to take some yellow ochre here, and this is just going to go all over Omega's face and also her hands. I don't think I can carry on the joke of calling her Omega the whole time, so yeah. I'll just go to Omega. It might still come out every once in a while. Now we're going to take some deep red and we're going to go through and do all the red parts of the armor. So I checked a ton of reference photos. I looked online. I looked on the box art. I watched the show just to find out as much of these areas that were red. We might have missed some, and I think I made some up on the backpacks, but we just want to go through and get the main ones we can find in our reference photos. Next, we're going to take some silver gray, and we're going to use this to go in and patch in any of the white spots on the armor. So like Hunter has, it's a skull on his helmet, but it's a very loose looking skull. So we're going to go through and kind of patch that area in, and this is what we're using for that. And we're going to do our best to freehand the face that's on Wrecker's. I'm not very good at freehanding, but I'll do my I'll do my very best for you. And we'll add in those little teeth that he has on there, and yeah, it turns out looking okay. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. That's what we aim for here. Not the best, not the worst. Although I'm pretty sure we get the worst most of the time. And we're going to take that deep red and put it on the numbers that he has on his forehead. And while we have that silver gray out, we're going to use this to block in all the armor panels on Tech as well. We're going to take some Parasite Brown, and this is going on all the pouches and straps that Tech has on him. Next, we're going to take some Vampiric Flesh here, and this is going to go all over Omega's tunic. Next, we're taking some Lilith Yellow, and this is going to go all over Omega's hair. We're going to take some Howling Sand and some Speed Paint Medium, and this is going to go all over the armor panels we just highlighted up for Tech. And his backpack. Next, we're going to take some Ruddy Fur and some Speed Paint Medium, and this is going to go all over the Parasite Brown that we did on Tech. This ends up turning into a pretty good brown wash, actually. I'll probably use this for other projects in the future. Next, we're taking some Ivory here, and we're going to use this to highlight up all of the panels on Tech. So all those armor panels we're going to bring up to an ivory color. That's why we use the Howling Sand first, because it's not really completely white, the armor, like some parts of it are, but it definitely has like sort of a sandy color to it. Then we'll take some bold titanium white here, and we'll just use that to give those armor panels their last little layer. And we'll hop back to our deep red real quick so we can put in all the red elements on Tech. So again, check your reference photos, check the show, check it all, because there are not a lot of good 360 shots of these guys. Now there would be on the AMG site, but it's release day that wasn't up yet. I painted these before, so there you go. Had to make do. Next, we're going to take some pale gray here, and we're going to use these on the parts of his armor that have sort of a gray tinge to them. Now, I probably shouldn't have highlighted them up with the other colors first, but I forgot that I was going to have to do this, so I'm just going to go over them. There, that's my explanation for that. Now we're going to take our Parasite Brown, and we're just going to take it neat, and we're just going to start doing our layering up on all of the pouches and straps and all of that. So we just want to go through and leave our recesses behind and just bring up the colors. Now we're going to add in a little bit of that ivory that we had on our palette from when we did his armor panels, and we're just going to bring up the colors a little bit fuller. So this is mostly, again, sort of like an edge highlight. We're just really trying to catch the edges of everything, bring up the color. Next, we're going to take some Iyanden Yellow, and this is just a quick little thing. We're going to dot this into his goggles and also his visor on his helmet. Then we're going to take some Grave Lord Gray real quickly, and we're just going to put this on his pistol and also the doohickey that he's carrying with his other hand. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a doohickey, that's for sure. Next, we're going to take some Amaranth Red, and wherever we did the deep red, we're kind of going to do a scratchy sort of highlight up on here, so it looks a little like battered. You can kind of stipple this on in areas or kind of pull it on. We're just going to make it look a little highlighted up. Then we're going to take some gun metal. This is going to go on Hunter's knife. It's also going to be used as a dry brush on the guys that we sprayed dark on their weapons. We also want to throw this on the metal that Wrecker's holding there. Also, that metal, I don't know about you, but the stance that they're in, it looks like he's about to possibly smash Omega with that metal. I get the idea that he's probably going to put it in front of her to protect her, but it also looks like he might be about to smash her. Just saying. Next, we're going to take some flesh wash, and we're just going to put this on Omega's hair, face, hands, and also the tunic she's wearing. This wash is going to be good for pretty much everything that she has on her that's a lighter color. Next, I'm going to take some brazen copper, and this is just going to go on the main parts of her energy bow, or whatever it is. Now I'm going to take some tan flesh, and I'm going to start highlighting up her face. So again, it's just the raised areas. We're leaving that flesh wash in the recesses, leaving a little bit of the yellow ochre in the recesses as well, and just bringing up the color. And I'm going to add some pale flesh into that tan flesh, and we're just going to do a final little layer up on all that skin. And we're going to go back to our Lilith yellow. We are going to highlight all of her hair with this. Luckily, her hair is very cartoony and in big strands, so we can get this pretty easily. And we're going to add in a little bit of pale sand and just do a final layer up on all of that hair. Next, we're taking some vampiric flesh, and we're going to start layering up her tunic here. So we just want to get the, again, raised areas, leave the wash in the recesses. I've said this a million times, that's what we're doing. And we're going to add in some of that pale sand that we used for her hair and do another layer up on that tunic. We're going to take some metallic blue here, and this is just going to go on the gem that's on her forehead. I don't know what it is. It's a gem. We're going to take some squid pink, and we're going to use this on the tip of her electro bow, and also the what would be strings normally. We're going to take some dwarven gold here, and I'm just going to do a dry brush on that brazen copper that we did on her bow. I'm going to take some deep red, and I'm just going to catch the trim that she has between her shoulder and her arm. Once that is done, I'll do the bases on these guys, and they are finished. And here they are all finished up. So, I mean, they're pretty weather-worn and beaten, which is what they're supposed to look like. They're not pristine in the show, so that kind of came through really well. The red looks good. Omega's fine. I didn't spend a lot of time on her. She's not the focal point of that miniature. Echo here turned out really cool. I'm very happy with how he looks. I'm going to do all the basing elements for like Echo and Crosshair later on. Tech turned out fine. I definitely had some issues with putting on too many layers of paint here and there. And then Hunter turned out really good as well. It's a little difficult to paint this much gray because it's almost black, but they all turned out really good. I guess that depends on your definition of really good. They turned out fine. Are you guys picking up this set? Are you guys still interested in Star Wars Shatterpoint? I just like painting Star Wars stuff, so I'm going to continue to paint it. So hopefully you guys like that. Let me know in the comments below. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the YouTube stuff. Lately I've noticed, I don't know, my videos aren't doing as well. I don't know if that's because I'm not doing as well or I'm not hitting the algorithm right or anything. I don't know. But either way, everybody who is watching, everybody who is subscribed, everybody's commenting, everything, thank you so much for your continued support, and you guys have a great day. And while we have that silver gray out, we're going to use that to block in all the armor panels on Tech. Armor panels. Armor panels. That's not a word.